everybody, it's Sandy Sauvé. I am the processing supervisor at UBATracers, and this is episode number 10 of the weekly work at home news. I have to apologize, I missed last week's due to some travel, and then I got sick to produce this week. So I'm kind of combining two of them together. Hopefully that you guys understand that I am human just like everybody else, and I do get sick. So if I have a little bit of a raspy throat, I'm sorry, I apologize for that. But I am almost fully recovered, as yesterday was probably my worst day ever. But now I'm back, and I'm excited because I missed a lot of things. I didn't produce as much as I normally do on my submissions. And for those of you out there unfamiliar with UBATracers, we are a work from home opportunity where we pay people to process unclaimed bank accounts. If you want more information about that on the worldwide YouTube world out there, the link is in the bottom in the description box below. You can go and sign up for free at UBATracers and go and review the material and information if you're serious about working from home. I've been doing and working with UBATracers processing unclaimed bank accounts for them as they are an unclaimed bank account brokerage, a financial brokerage that helps people reclaim their money that has been lost, dormant, or they just misplaced it. They forgot about bank accounts, assets, and property, and things like that. There's more information, like I said, in the description box and link below to this video. So without further ado, I'm going to get into every other thing that I possibly can. I apologize, I'm on heavy medication to get through this. I always seem to get sick in the spring and the fall once, so hopefully you'll bear with me. Now, brings us to the next part of the weekly work at home news, one of my favorite spots to do. And there's lots of names, and I may have missed a whole bunch because Jennifer at the office submitted me the current rising stars, but there's some going to be missing because I'm going to try to double up my my weekly work at home news episodes this week. If I can't, I'll be back again next week, obviously on our normal Wednesdays, barring everything goes good the way it has today compared to yesterday. Maybe I'm just high on all the medication that I've taken over the last 24 hours to get rid of this nasty, almost flu-like type symptoms. Okay, so these are people, new processors, over the last, I guess this has been 10 days now, that have submitted 10 or more claims to be approved and submitted in this past 10 days instead of this past week. Bear with me on the screen slides. But congratulations, because we don't give, and most people in the real world do not get as much recognition as you will here at UBATracers. So Deborah Kramer, congratulations. I have been communicating a little bit with Deborah through my time of sickness. Belinda Jackson, congratulations. Raymond Pang is really picking things up. Dennis Joey, hopefully I've said that lots. And apparently we have a lot of international people joining UBATracers now too. Rebecca Scott, congratulations. Richard Graves, Tony Shaw, Arona Digany, Will Marrero. Hopefully I'm not butchering names too much, and I apologize. You can always email me at sandysauveonline@gmail.com to correct me in the correct pronunciation if I have butchered your name. It's not on purpose, obviously. Will Marrero, Christopher Farrager, Emilio Rodriguez, Sylvia Gomez, Marutu Wegmar, Lisa Rivera, congratulations. You guys are off to very good starts. Jordan Sedgwick, haven't heard from you for a while, Jordan. Danielis Gongora, Jennifer Floyd, Tony Stenotsky, Mary Dubauer, I believe she's a processing pass member with me now too. I'm so excited about that, Mary. Adam Lazak, Joshua Solomon, Emanuela Derilis, Dakari Bass, Wayne Rowley, Henry Javaro. These people are really, really making things happen with us here right off the start, and these are good things, and really, really good to see new people coming on board. And a lot of the names that I'm saying right now, as you all don't know, I communicate with most of our members on at least a weekly basis, some on a daily basis, and that's what I'm here for. I'm the supervisor, and I'm here to support and help you guys and answer any questions I possibly can. Cynthia Stockton, Teresa Buffington, Stephen Clark. Good job, guys. Nagnath Sonowan, Stanton Reedy, Patricia Ann Boo, William Cachero, Rosalind Rodriguez, Adama Penn, and Simon Daly. And like I said, there's going to be some names here that I've missed this week because Jennifer got me the list, and then I was really just down in the dumps in the last, especially the last couple days. Yesterday, the worst. But I will, if I missed your name and you have got started, don't fret or don't worry. I will be back to do another weekly Work at Home News, and I will recognize you as a rising star with UBATracers for sure. Now, that brings me to the next segment that I want to make sure that you're all aware of. Now, this is kind of exciting because we've, in the last few months, have only been working off small periods of time where the bonus money was available. So beginning October 1st now, processors submitting 10 or more submission forms. These are after your approval. Okay, on your claim forms, you're just making sure that you're getting approved for the accounts and files that you want to process. Oh, and during the 7-day period up until Friday, we'll receive a cash bonus of $500 for the week now. Forever. So before it was always a trial period and then they kept extending it. Now this is ongoing forever. So this is in addition to your regular processing commissions. As you well know that we get 10% of the processing of the unclaimed amount. And the reason where that money comes from, because I do get questions on that and people are not understanding where that comes from. Remember, UBATracers is a unclaimed asset and property cash bank account processor, if I could throw it all into one. And they contact these people. We don't contact them. We just give them the files that are over $250. They go out. They have agents that actually contact and find these missing people, or their heirs, or the people that are in with trust with the accounts, and they take the ball in hand and they go out and contact these people and negotiate a brokerage fee to get this money back and help them do all of the administrative headache that would take them to get this money back for them, and they negotiate a brokerage fee with them. Now, from what I understand, the brokerage fee is anywhere from 30 to 50%, and that's where that 10% comes into us. So they just kind of factor that into there. I believe the average brokerage fee that they charge is around 30%, according to Jennifer. And so sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, but for sure we are always guaranteed our 10% because they never process, or they never administer any of the accounts getting people back their money for that fee in less than 10%. So we're always guaranteed to get paid. And occasionally I have understood that sometimes it's as low as 10% and the company doesn't make any money on those accounts. So we do. So exciting news, guys, because now this is ongoing. So I'm going to keep repeating it every single week. But just so you guys know, you don't have to worry about it. You just be consistent in getting your processing forms in on a weekly basis, and you're going to get that easy extra $500. Now, that brings me to something to help you be consistent on a weekly basis, and that is the brand new Processor Pass. It's been a few weeks now since the Processor Pass was introduced. Of course, I am a Processor Pass member, and here's the benefits for you. It waives the claim form step 2. Now, that has always was a hassle to me. I've been working here since 2017 as a processor and just in the last few months only as the supervisor, but I process the forms just like you guys do in the accounts, okay? And as you well know, in step number 2, we always have to claim the files that we want to process first and provide the other information to UBATracers. And that sometimes can take a few days even to get back, especially busy now that we're into the fall season, which is the busiest by far, and probably January, February. But that step you don't need to do as a processor pass, because what happens is now we get elevated right to the top of the priority. So anybody, and that's what they make sure of. So as a regular processor getting in claim forms, processor pass members that have submitted their forms on those, and I'll explain a little bit more how that works in a second, and make sure that you can get more information on it, is that those ones sometimes get excluded or not approved or anything because the processor passes now, and I understand that this is happening quite often now, especially on the bigger accounts that are being filed. They go to the processor pass members like myself, some of the other people on the leaderboard, as you can see. And a lot of people, I think it's now 30% of the people that are processing with us have become processing pass members. They are doing this in an effort to make it easier and more streamlined for processing work, but also more administratively for the company. You will get a single link that you will have allowed to do and make at least 10 processing form submissions per day with that processing pass membership. So in maximum, you can do 10 every day, so 70 a week. Now, if you know the average is around $800 to $1,000 per form that gets submitted, so that's anywhere good from $80 to $100 per form. And so there's a lot of significance in that and to be able to make money with them. Now, if you want information on this, as I understand that they are going to close this down fairly soon because they only want a certain amount of people, you can, in your UBAtracers.com membership area, in the processing membership area, there's a contact us form at the top right-hand corner. All you need to do is fill that out. If you've already filled out 10 processing forms and submitted them, you qualify to become one of the processing pass members. It waives all fees, it waives the step 2 claim form, and you can get serious and producing on a regular, consistent basis like myself. So all you need to do is make sure you include your phone number on there for verification. I don't know if they call you or not, but I do know that they send you out information so that you can get signed up as the processor pass if you're serious about doing online process or the unclaimed bank account online processing for UBAtracers. I strongly suggest it. It's made my life a lot easier and consistent, and I less have to rely on UBAtracers support to get my claims in, to get them approved and verified. Okay, so I strongly suggest you check that out. Again, just fill out the contact form with your phone number and that you'd like information on the processor pass, or just say pass information. Jennifer will get that out to you, her and her team, and you can review that information and become a pass member just like me. Okay, now the next thing I want to talk about before we go into the spotlight segment is I want to talk about consistency again, because I constantly get people saying, I'm waiting for my check. I did one submission, but I want to see how it goes. What do I do next? Consistency is the key. I like to say consistency is the king. When I got started with the company, and like I've shared this story before, and so many processors are getting back to me now and seeing what I'm talking about. You making submissions every week, there's a delay in how you get paid. Okay, so if you're not consistent, what will happen is eventually you're going to get your check and you're going to get paid, and you're going to get paid up by this company your 10%. What will happen is a lot of people that wait and see will have another break by weeks, maybe even a month before they see their next payment. If you're consistent every single week, you're going to get paid every single week eventually. And some people miscue what I mean by that. They say, well, I thought I get paid every week. Well, if you're not submitting submission forms and going back the 2, 3, 4 weeks it takes for you to actually receive your payment, you are not going to get paid again for another time. So if you wait for your first payout to see how it works and how it goes and all that, you need to be consistent. So if you're a new processor, I strongly suggest just pacing yourself. Be positive, have a good mindset to do a few every single day, and at least, or like when I started, I waited so long to get paid again, and I was so frustrated by that. So I'm trying to give you the heads up to eliminate your frustration in waiting to get paid the second time. And then the third time. Now, I've been here since 2012, so since that lull happened to me way back in my first couple months of starting, I get paid every single Friday. Every single Friday by direct deposit, and it comes to me every single day. I wake up, I do my normal Friday, I'm planning my weekend, which I'm usually shopping or spending time with my friends and my family and things like that. I get a nice big fat payday. And it's because I'm consistent. It's because I do a lot more. I do anywhere from 50 to 100 processing forms every single week. As you all know on the leaderboard, I make a significant income doing this because I'm consistent. And I'm assuming all of the other people on the leaderboard, or people that are making regular money here, are consistent with their work. You have a positive mental attitude. I know it's hard to work from home, but I've been doing it since 2012 and since 2017 with UBAtracers. I find it very easy because of two things. My self-discipline, to keep working every day. I don't put it off. It becomes my priority. And I make consistent submissions every single day. As the processor pass is going to be it's able to help me and help others be more consistent. You have to have a positive mindset, folks. If you're beginning and you're a little hesitant, you're a little apprehensive, and those things, try to get rid of those as much as you possibly can. Hopefully these weekly work at home news updates help you do that, so that you can, as you can hear from some of the past episodes, you've heard from other members, you've heard from myself every single week. This is one of the best places I've ever found to not only make money online, but to make consistent money online. And it's the key to you becoming a full-time, if that's your choice, obviously, a full-time or part-time home worker with UBATracers is going to be consistent, because there's no jobs out there where you can do work one day and then wait to get paid, and then 2 weeks later, when you get paid, you want to start work again. Okay, it's very, very hopeful. Hopefully that made sense to you. That the key to your success here and to lower the frustration on your part is to be consistent on a weekly basis. If you can only do 10 submissions a week, do 10 submissions every week. Pick a day. Pick Monday's my day, Wednesday's my day, whatever. If you're doing it full-time like me, every day the first thing I do in the morning is my 10 submissions with my processor pass, because I'm allowed to do 10 every single day without having to wait for claims, wait for processing, and all of those things. I get them out of the way and they're done. Then I move on to my other things like marketing, answering emails from you guys, and all my other things that I need to do. I treat this just like a normal job if I had to go into an office. I work from home, of course, just like you guys. So it's important that you keep consistent with your submissions all the time. So if you haven't done a submission in 3, 4, or 5 days, or even since last week, I strongly suggest you get it in right away, so that you're getting them in every single week before Fridays. Eventually, after doing 2, 3, 4 weeks of those consistently, your pay is going to start coming from your first ones, and then your second ones, and your third ones, and your fourth ones. Hopefully that did make sense to you guys. Okay, now, because of my travel, which I enjoyed so much, right? I mean, I love doing this job because I earn a very good income, and it allows me to travel not only in the United States, but also allows me to travel all over the world. And I think I probably got sick from the travel, unfortunately. But because of that, I was unable to meet my requirement of the interview with Brian Cook. The week before, he was not available, then I wasn't available, and because I've been sick. So we're planning on doing it this afternoon when I get off this recording for you guys, and I'm going to post it up on YouTube here right away. Then I'm going to interview Brian Cook, and then I'm going to post that on the next week's weekly. I'm going to start recording them in a week ahead of time so that we don't miss. I'm sorry, and I apologize for being inconsistent with the member spotlights. But if you'd like to hear, and you're brand new and you haven't heard a member spotlight yet, we have interviewed, and I've had on this this weekly Work at Home news videos before. If you go back in the past history in your members area, you will listen to ones from Paul and Cami. And I think that's all I've done so far because of, I guess I can't give excuses, but because of the things that have been going on, I apologize for that. But I promise to be, because I am recording it this afternoon with Brian, it will be here for the next episode, which will be episode 11 of the weekly Work at Home news. I am Sandy Sove, the processing supervisor. I'm also a lot of you guys' friends. I've become friends with a lot of you guys. Keep those emails coming to me if you have any questions or anything like that. I am finding it very difficult to keep up with things, especially when there's a hiccup in the road, like my vacations or when I got sick there. So I've actually started to look at some of the places where I recommend to find freelancers that can be a virtual assistant to me and help me out answer some of those emails. But I'm leaning against that a little bit because I like to have the personal contact with you guys as processors. So you reach out to me, get started, guys. That's the worst thing you could be doing is sitting around waiting for things to happen. Start making them happen. I will be back next week with the weekly Work at Home news, episode number 11. I appreciate you guys' patience with me and my little scatterbrain going on. But I am back, and I am excited to be here again, and I'm back to processing on a consistent level, just like you guys should be. Thanks again for watching. Sandy Sove. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the other update videos I have throughout the week. I have lots planned. So I will see you and talk to you guys all soon. Bye-bye for now.